or afternoon, depending on where in the world you are. In fact, where are you in the world today? Um, Today, we're going to be talking about 8 tips, 8 strategies, if you will, to make your sales video more effective. In other words, get more sales if you decide to use a sales video. I've been doing a series of trainings around sales videos, or the digital marketing term, which is VSL. That's an acronym for video sales letter. Essentially, it's just a long sales page condensed with all of the psychological triggers to convince your buyer to say yes. That's a simplification of it, maybe, but I'm always about how do you make things simple. So, if you've never been on one of my lives before, my name is Kim Garst. I'm an online profit strategist, which just means I like to help people make more money in their business. So, if you like to make more money in your business, then you're in the right place. If you've never, like I said, never been on one of my shows before, I'd love to meet you. So, just say hey with a hashtag new, so I know you're brand new, we've never met before. I want to make sure that you know you're welcome to ask questions as we go. Absolutely, this is all about you, and bringing some education and awareness to you around sales videos. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I've been using sales videos for about 7 or 8 years now. And honestly, it's a rinse and repeat system now. I no longer hire copywriters. I use my script. It's a formula that I have, and I can use it for everything I sell. So I want you to really hear that, because that's what's so fascinating about video sales letters is once you have the formula, you never have to worry about how you're going to sell things in your business ever again. Is that not awesome? Also, if you know anyone that would get value from this, sprinkle it out into the world, into your communities, or tag someone specifically if you want to. Again, this is all about just sharing knowledge and giving you an opportunity to take advantage of that, and other people as well. If you've missed some of the previous videos that I've done or lives that I've done around video sales letters, feel free to just check the feed or the playlist on Facebook. If you're on Facebook right now, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, I think. So wherever you are, I've been doing a whole series of these. I think this is the 4th or 5th training I've done in prep for a class that I'm getting ready to open up, a training around this specific topic. But again, a lot of times people don't know the value of a video sales letter. So it's been an awareness campaign, an education campaign to let you know maybe this is for you. I think it's for everybody. I'm just saying it needs to be for everybody, because that's the way people are consuming content today. Video is incredibly powerful, and nobody reads the long sales pages anymore, y'all. I'm just saying. Okay, so I do have a little PowerPoint to share with you. So I'm going to pull up my screen and we're going to get moving. All right. So again, just 8 tips. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. I know time is valuable for everybody, and I just want to give you some tips and some strategies around making your sales video pop for you. Okay. So the end goal, obviously, for a video sales letter is to create something, specifically your VSL. That's just an acronym for video sales letter, is to create more sales for you. And why is that important? And I've talked about what a VSL is, but I'll just restate it real quick. It is basically a video that has components in it, psychological triggers that convince your buyer that they need to buy whatever it is that you're selling. And all the top marketers, I've been using video sales letters since I was introduced to them through my, I was in a mastermind with a digital marketer. I probably spent, I don't know, it's probably 6-7 years in their war room and learning all this stuff. And paying attention to what everybody else, all the top marketers, obviously this is Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels. He uses sales videos all the time. You'll see them, and I'm sure you've seen them. I'm sure you've probably purchased things based off of the power of a video, but all the top marketers use them. And They use them because they work, but there's a little bit more to it. Obviously, the end goal at the end of the day is just like any sales page. It's the purpose of the video is to persuade your buyer or your viewer to purchase your product or service. Hey, Nancy, good to see you, girl. Hope you're doing good. How's your morning going? Okay, so this is the best part. When you are trying to sell something, so often we get hung up on the tech pieces or the expense of hiring copywriters, right? Or the tech pieces for your sales page. Like, I'm not a web designer, so how am I supposed to put this stuff together? Well, the beautiful part is you don't have to hire an expensive copywriter ever again if you learn the formula. And you don't have to worry so much about the fancy smancy sales page because it's a very simple format for your landing page. And you can create a simple script using a proven formula, and then you turn it into a video. Literally, you sit down and read a script. If you can do that, then you can create more sales in your business. The video, once you've created it, is placed on a landing page for your visitors to watch and ultimately say yes to the buy now button, right? They click on the buy button now. You can see it right here under my video here. They listen to the video, they make a buying decision. In some cases, they might read some of the shortened copy, but at the end of the day, it's a way to convince your buyer to say yes. But why are they more powerful than a written sales page? So, according to research, and I'll raise my hand and throw my experiences and results into that, they convert better, way better than a traditional sales page. But this is something I want you to really listen into and tune into here. It's so important. 69% of consumers, buyers, are saying that they prefer to learn about a product or service by watching a video. Like, hello, nobody wants to read long sales pages anymore. I mean, they just don't. And I bet you, in fact, tell me, I want to hear from you. Do you love it? Like, you go to something tweaks your interest, you go to this page and it's like, you scroll, and it's just text. And you're like, oh my gosh, just tell me how much it is already, or tell me what's in it for me. It's too much. And so those long sales pages just aren't converting like they used to. So 80% of marketers are also reporting that because they're using videos, those of us are using videos, or telling you guys that aren't, that they do help us increase our sales. So if you're not using video, you need to, because they're working for 80% of marketers out there. So that's a hint, right? So let's dig into the 8 tips real quick. So it's always about, oh, by the way, did y'all see that little animation I had? I did that with PowerPoint. We talked about that in yesterday's training. So if you were on yesterday's training, I talked about some of the effects you could use with PowerPoint. I'm just pointing that out again. So the first piece of your sales video is you have to make it about them and the problem that you're trying to solve for them. It's not about you. It's about connecting with your viewer really immediately and letting them know that you get their issue. All right. And then ultimately letting them know that you have a solution for that problem that they have. So there's 3 main ways that you can do this. You can talk about the problem or pain points that they're struggling with. And I think you should always do that. Emphasize with them, like show that you understand or relate to what they're going through. In some cases, because you've gone through it yourself, and then let them know how your product or service solves their problem. And that this is a very basic formula. And you've probably heard it before, where it's problem, agitate, solution, right? It's, you talk about the problem, the agitate is, yeah, I get it. I so understand, because I had the problem and I came up with a solution, which is the third piece of it. But there's a little bit more to a sales video than just that. You want to make it long enough to persuade your buyer that what you have for them is what they want or need. The average length of a sales video is 5 to 9 minutes with all the components in it. Um, the kind of, I've seen some that are less than, but in those cases, usually those are instances where they're not going into all of the psychological triggers. They're only, hitting the highlights, if you will. The next piece of it is you want to have a script. I'm telling you, if you have it wrote out, all you have to do is, read your script. You can put it even on just a PowerPoint where, each piece of your script is on just a slide essentially, and you're going through those. Those are called ugly sales videos. But while you definitely want to insert your personality, I think you can do that with voice. I think you can do it if you're front facing with the camera, but by the way, you don't have to be. But the power of the script is so, so important because it's got the built-in psychological triggers that I keep talking about. It's a very specific formula. And this is something I teach in my VSL to Profit course. It's a simple fill-in-the-blank template. And this is something I've developed, and I learned it first. And then I developed my own script for it. And literally now, every time we want to sell something, we go back to the script and we fill in the blanks. So if you can fill in the blanks with a pre-designed script, game over. You can do this. Anyone can. And I think that's what's so incredibly powerful about the power of a video sales letter, because it's a rinse and repeat model. It's not just you learn it for one thing and you do it for one thing. It's literally it can be used for everything that you are trying to sell in your business. The fourth thing that I think every video sales letter needs to incorporate is you have to give very clear call to actions. And normally they need to be spread out over the course of your page, your landing page. Obviously, the first one is directly underneath your video, and it's very clear. It doesn't say, click here. It says buy now. It lets them know when they click, they're going to go to the next stage, which is, putting in their credit card and saying, yes, I want this kind of thing. We usually spread those out, have at least 3 to 4 touch points, depending on the page length, the landing page length. But, I've seen very simple landing pages, which just have the VSL and a buy now button. It doesn't have to be super complex, which is why this is such a powerful medium to sell. The next component that you must have is giving people a sense of urgency or scarcity, or FOMO, if you will. Even the most amazing offer can benefit from that. People feel like they're going to miss out on something, or they're not going to get the best price. I mean, we're even using it in this VSL to Profit course that we're launching on Thursday. We've had like $300 off every day between now and the day of when class starts. We're raising the price by $100. So if you haven't already purchased it, then like today it's going up $100. Tomorrow it'll go up to $100. The next day it'll be full price essentially. So the urgency of getting the best deal is powerful because people obviously want the best deal. Or if there's a sense of scarcity, like, you're going to teach somebody something, but you have a bandwidth issue, so you're only going to take 20 students. Or if you have a physical product and you only have so much inventory, you're like, okay, I've only got 50 of these, or I've only got 100 of these. So you're going to have to get it now or you're going to miss out. So it's a scarcity, urgency kind of thing. Best deal. There's a lot of variations of this. So let me give you a couple of examples. From an urgency perspective, I gave you the pricing, my pricing example earlier, but if you have a specific price, buy now for this, or the price is going to be going back up to the regular price. So it's a buy at this price or else kind of thing. These amazing bonuses. So like if you have a bonus structure, I've seen a lot of people do this, top marketers do this all the time, where they'll have disappearing bonuses essentially. And, they usually throw in their sweetest bonuses at the top of the marketing funnel, if you will. In like day one, for example, when they first open the doors to their cart, they'll say, you're going to get this bonus if you purchase now. But if you don't, then this bonus is going to disappear in just, in 24 hours. And you've lost the benefit or the opportunity to get that, super duper bonus. So those are what I call disappearing bonuses. Scarcity is another, like we talked about, like, if you only have so much bandwidth to, we're going to take 20 people. Other than that, you're going to miss out. So once we get to 20, you're done. We're done. No more sales kind of thing. We only have 100, if it's product based, or even if it's not, even if you have a digital offer, you only want to, if you want to use scarcity, I don't think it really works as well, frankly, because people are smarter than that. But, I've seen people do it. So I thought I'd throw it out there. I think it mostly works if there's a quantity, if it's a physical product and you only want to sell so many of them. And then the next thing you have to include or have to understand is you don't need all the tech stuff. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need a fancy editing tool, because I teach all this. Like, it literally, if you have a smartphone or a webcam, you are in like Flynn. You do not need fancy smancy. We talked about yesterday how about even Canva, how nowadays you can use Canva. They have that new editing feature, and it's a simple process. It doesn't have to be hard. In the past, it has been hard. I used to, when I was creating video sales letters, I would spend all day, no joke, and some days, sometimes 2 days, trying to craft and do all the fun, do all the pieces of it with fancy stuff. And then I'd turn it over to an editor because I'd edit it to death. And then the team would come back and say, well, this part doesn't really flow well. Did you use sometimes it was audio. Did you use a different mic or what? So it was always just a nightmare. Now, I mean, literally, I fill in the fill in the blank script. I can sit down and record a sales video in 15 minutes. Boom, done. It's so much easier. It doesn't have to be hard, and it isn't hard anymore. It can literally be done so easily these days. And then once you get your video sales letter recorded, it needs a home. It needs a place for people to find it, or where you're going to drive traffic to it. And there are tons of tools out there that can help you create this simple but professional looking landing page without a whole lot of tech skills. If you are familiar with WordPress, you may already have a landing page template. Landing page builder plugins are out there. There's all kinds of those. ClickFunnels is a very popular and easy to use resource. One of the things we teach inside of VSL to Profit is how you, and one of the things we give to our students is a Thrive Cart sales page template. It's already pre-designed. All you have to do is go in and edit the text, put your video on it, etc. And that's incredibly value-based because you don't have to worry about it. It's already created for you, and it's built on it's a one-pager that's pre-built for you, but it's also it's a mechanism for your to create, the actual sales piece of it. It's a shopping cart. So it's all one-stop shop kind of thing. When you're using some of the other tools, or if you're using WordPress, you still have to have a shopping cart piece. So we make it simple. We do the pre-designed template for our students on top and inside of the shopping cart, so that you don't have to stress over that piece. One less thing, right? And then the next thing I think is important is alleviating or taking away the sting of your potential buyers' fears. If you have some sort of, if you're showcasing your credentials, your experience, there's incredible power in the social proof or testimonials. So letting people know that other people just like them have taken your course or have purchased your product or service, and then they've gotten amazing results or they've had a positive experience. That's super, super important. So but let's say, for example, again, setting yourself up from an expertise perspective, and then bringing in other people who say you know what you're doing too. So there's the sharing, training, or education that qualifies you to share your experience or your expertise, or offers a solution to that person's problem. The testimonials are gold, like any of your customers or clients. If you don't have any of those yet, you can always do a personal outreach to people and say, hey, I'm willing to give you this or give you a reduced price for this in exchange for a testimonial. So there's all kinds of ways to get those if you don't have them already. You can share any awards that you've received for your work, share, product ratings if you have those. Case studies are incredibly powerful, especially in the context of, because they showcase results, right? So sometimes when people are giving you testimonials, they do it from a place of, I loved going through this course or this training, but they don't tell you the result because they haven't had time to get a result yet. So when you get someone who gives you a testimonial that's results-based, that's incredibly powerful. I would argue that that's probably the most powerful type of testimonial that you could get. So if you're ready and you think, hey, I need a video sales letter because Kim, I've been tuning into all of your trainings, or even if this is the first one you've tuned into, I want to invite you to check out the VSL to Profit. I've really focused in on, since COVID happened, on how can I help people with the components of creating sales online. And the video sales letter is the easiest path that I've been able to do in my business. And it literally can be done by anyone. Sometimes people, I teach things that they know some people can't do. That's not me. I'm like, no, this is something everybody can do. We give every student that we have, the components. If they can fill in the blank and record a video, they got it. They're going to be done. They're going to have all the pieces that they're going to need to make sales. And then once they've learned it and done it a couple of times, like I say, this is a rinse and repeat system. So we're starting the upcoming class of VSL to Profit is starting on Thursday. It's the first day of class. This is live training. We host the training inside of a Facebook group, and it's over the course of about 9 or 10 days. We have some classes, where you come, you just consume the content. Then we have get her done days, where you take what you learned, you go get her done, and you come back for the next training. So the end goal is when you get through, you're going to have a video sales letter recorded and on a landing page with the opportunity to people to press that buy button and say yes and buy it. So it's a full service, get her done type of course. And it's simple. All you got to do is say yes, register. You can come to class, watch from home. And ultimately, the end goal is to get you to a place where you're making more sales in your business. And the best part is you can snap this up, get started today for as little as $147. Like I said before, we're using basically what I just taught you. We do have a scarcity thing going on here. Or it's not scarcity. It's more about encouraging you to get the best deal. Tomorrow the price will go up another $100, and it'll be full price on the first day of class. So best deal was any day before yesterday, but still you're going to get a good deal even today. Tomorrow, again, the price goes up. So just saying. The point of it is that, I want everybody that is struggling to create more sales online to have a process that gives them the opportunity to create more sales in their business. And like I say, this is once you have it, once you get the components, you will know what it takes. And literally all you have to do for everything that you're currently selling in your business or anything in the future that you want to sell, fill in the blanks, create your video sales letter, and put it on a landing page, and you are in like Flynn. So I didn't see any questions coming in. You guys, come on, give me some questions. It's so nice. It's so nice to see you too, Nancy. So good. And Nancy says, I love Canva, right? Same. You know, it's so fascinating to watch Canva evolve. I've been an end user of Canva since almost literally day one, and they just keep up in their game. I'm anxious to see them connect some of the dots with their video thing that they've got, but still, it's, if you're familiar with Canva already, it's a great option to record a video sales letter. So, all righty. Well, since we don't have any questions, I want to just close out with one quick thing. If you're not sure if this is for you or not, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can do it through all the socials. We're monitoring those. If you want to send an email, help@kimhurst.com. We'll make sure we get a response back to you. And we're honest. We will tell you if, you know, if you are at a place where you want to create more sales, you have something to sell, even if you are still working on what you're selling, it's still, the end goal is the opportunity to sell. And again, knowing the formula, having the components, having the script that's fill in the blank, having the landing page template already pre-built for you, it's going to be so easy for you to step into this as a sales medium or sales mechanism in your business. And like Nancy says, we do the work, y'all. We do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm always about getting my students to the finish line, but we do have fun. If you can stand my Southern sayings, I do have some Southern sayings, then we're all good company. So, all right. Well, have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves and stay safe.